Tottenham in their area. Stroked across the box to Danso. Danso right-footed in his pink boots. Plants it to Colomwani. Now first time pass over halfway from Porro to set Colomwani away. Colomwani coming towards the box. Rano Colomwani, right-footed ball in, flicked away from Wesley Fofana. Heading out to his left and Palhinha. Nice touch from Tell. Matthias Tell. 3 yards by him. Infield is Gallagher. Tell again. Conor Gallagher. Just under 40 yards and goal. Goes backwards now to Van de Ven, who's in the centre circle. He moves it over halfway. Square to Danso. Now first time from Bentancur. About 4 yards behind him to Porro. Again to Bentancur. Porro now on halfway. Porro back to Danso. Long to Van de Ven. Van de Ven, short left foot pass. Gallagher being pressed here from Santos, but Gallagher press resistant. Squares it to Danso. Porro midway inside his half. His pass blocked from Fernandez. Danso does clear it towards halfway. Cucurella steps in front of Colomwani. Slap pass to Caicedo. Richarlison wins the 50-50 against Caicedo. And now Palhinha whips it along to Tell. Has the run of Destiny Dog in front of him. Palhinha used. Palhinha 30 yards and goal on the inside left. Now Porro swings it towards the back post. Header saved. It was Destiny Doggy's header. Brilliant save from Sanchez. Now cross in. Too high for Richarlison. And turn behind from Cucurella for a corner kick. Really nice move from Tottenham. Bentancur squared it to Porro. Porro just over 25 yards and goal. Powerful header at the back post. So it's Matthias Tell. Matthias Tell with a header. And it came off the post as well. Sanchez didn't get a touch on it. Matthias Tell so close to giving Tottenham a lead in the opening 10 minutes. It smacked Robert Sanchez right post, and the Doggies cross was too heavy on the follow-up. That still resulted in a corner kick, which Pedro Porro now take. On the right-hand side, Ings went towards near post, flicked away, bounced off Danso in the box and rolls back to Sanchez. A bit risky from Chelsea for a second, leaving the ball, but luckily for them it did go back to Sanchez and no one could latch onto it. Just letting the ball roll loose in the box. Santos and links up with Fofana. A Champon, right-footed. Now Neto cuts inside. Neto close to the halfway line. Neto finds Lap. He holds up on halfway to Lap's pass. Cleared away from Van de Ven. Gallagher back to Van de Ven. A light touch to Danso. Danso now over halfway. Danso prods it. And there's right foot to Porro. Porro with a few rolls. And there's right boot. Tottenham dominate possession so far. It's the way De Zerbi likes to operate. Drawing the opposition in. Cutting through them. The Doggy. 3 yards behind halfway. The left back. Plays the pass backwards to Van de Ven. Van de Ven walking the ball here. 3 yards from the centre circle. Now Bentancur. Gallagher on halfway. Back to Bentancur. Pedro Porro likes to move in field. Now Gallagher. Again, good pressing here from Caicedo. Now is Danso. Tottenham just by their area. Kinski. Now it's Van de Ven. Tottenham still in their box. Van de Ven has a bit of time on the ball. Now Palmer moving into the Tottenham area. Kinski still has time though to square it to Danso. Danso, long ball, looking towards Richarlison in the centre circle. Harto climbs over him. Loose ball falls on the chest of Gallagher. He dispossessed from Santos, lifts it in the air. A Champon's header. Now Neto, he lifts over a Doggy. Now Neto heads it on, but no runner beyond him. Now a Doggy has the ball. Just to give it to Van de Ven. It is a Doggy again. Just slightly in front of the Tottenham penalty area. Van de Ven. Now to Danso. On the line of the box, and now Porro down the near side. Turn for Bentancur. Porro carries on his run. Porro over halfway on the inside right. Tried to find Richarlison. It was well read for Harto. And now Palmer on the inside right. 40 yards and goal. Neto. Back inside to Palmer. Chelsea getting close to the box. Now on the D here with a Champon. Returns it to Palmer. Palmer's curl. A good save from Kinski. Scuppered across to his right hand side to push that Cole Palmer shot away. Best football Chelsea played in 13.5 minutes gone at Stamford Bridge. Palmer used Porro as the decoy. Wrapped it around him, but Kinski got across to it. It was a two-handed save. Pushed out for a corner kick on Chelsea's left. So corner taker is Enzo Fernandez. Fernandez with it in swing towards near post. Richarlison heads up in the air. Ball still looping in play. Richarlison heads down the box. Now Champong. It's out to the left. Fernandez looks to whip him. There's a push there from Champong on Porro. Referee saw it. And a free kick goes in Tottenham's favour. And Chelsea not best pleased, but there was a little nudge on Pedro Porro. It was a silly from Joshua Champong, just put his arm across Porro. Okay, Porro made the most out of it, but it still was silly from a Champong. The needless, just put his arm across like that. It was a good crossing position for Enzo Fernandez, so Fernandez should be annoyed at his teammate there. So now Tottenham get themselves up the pitch. Free kick for Anthony Kinski to take in this penalty area. Approaching the opening quarter of an hour. Kinski brings it down the inside right. Bounce off Richarlison's right knee. Caicedo goes in defence to Fofana. Picks up Caicedo. Now Palmer knocks it forward to Caicedo. Inside right, Caicedo. He's tackled from Van der Ven. Caicedo down in pain here. Well, Van der Ven definitely got a touch on the ball. And coming across with the sliding challenge. Ball Caicedo in the centre circle. Fofana again. Now Sanchez again just has to clear that tackle from Danso. Ball rolls loose to Bentancur. Gallagher. That's a really nice pass to pick out Tell. Tell's couldn't prevent it from going for a throat. Released it. Couldn't prevent it from going for a throat. Released it. From the Chelsea's perspective, Tell wasn't set away down the left. A point for Tottenham. Should definitely be enough to stay up, but a win would absolutely confirm their Premier League status. Kinski goes long. Free header for Fofana. Heavy header from Fofana. Harto just gets his toe onto it to play back to Sanchez. Could create Sanchez again. Not the best of touches from him, but has time. Still control the ball. Sanchez then goes direct. Header from Udogie. Nice touch from Palmer. Palhinha follows him out wide inside to Neto. Neto midway in the Tottenham half. Now Fernandez has room in the centre. Fernandez, 24 yards. Oh, that's a peach of a strike from Enzo Fernandez. Well, maybe this battle for survival is not over yet. Enzo Fernandez, that is how to hit a ball. Outstanding. In the middle three. De Zerbi would be furious that the Chelsea captain was unmarked. It was Palmer down the right, inside to Neto. Tottenham were just backing off. And Enzo Fernandez had licence to take on the shot. He was minimally over 25 yards from goal. He just whipped it, right-footed. Not a prayer for Kinski, who was trying to get across to his right side to deny Fernandez. No denying that. And Chelsea look to keep their European hopes alive. It is Chelsea 1, Tottenham 0. And as it stands, West Ham's survival hopes will still be alive. Pedro Porro just telling his teammates to stay calm again. Plenty of time to go. Just coming up to the 90th minute. It's Chelsea 1, Tottenham 0. And the former blue, Conor Gallagher, gets us back on the way. Long for Kinski, and Tottenham respond immediately. Richarlison flicks down the left-hand side, too far for Colomwani. That'll be a goal kick for Chelsea. We go to Sunderland on the last day. Sunderland, would you believe it, in the fight? European football. Chelsea would be into 8th spot. Which is European spot. They'll be above West London. Fellow West Londoners, Brentford, on goal difference. So that was a superb hit from Enzo Fernandez. Did not save those. Robert Sanchez with the goal kick. Looking towards the left-hand side. Bounces away from Enzo Fernandez. That'll be a throw for Pedro Porro to take. Which is just over midway. In fact, just well over midway inside his half. So Porro's throw. Miscontrol from Bentancur, but Bentancur gets it back. Dribbles in between Delap and Caicedo. Bentancur turns forwards to Porro. Porro now looking towards the centre. Can't pick out Mateus Tell. That ball just swooped too high for him, went over his head in the end. Just backing off. Space is opened up, and I have to say, probably since the 10th minute onwards. There have been warning signs to Tottenham of spaces opening up in their side. See, Tottenham have to go for it and try and seal survival tonight, but still, Chelsea go long to the lap. He's battling with Danso. Danso holds the lap off. Danso goes down. And that will be a free kick for Tottenham. So takes. Oh, it's gone to his left to Van de Ven. Van de Ven. Halfway in his own territory. Van de Ven. Back along the defensive line to Danso. Gallagher. Short forward pass to Colomwani. Helps it on. With a flick, but just reaches Caicedo. Now it's Palmer in the centre circle. Tackle from Palhinha. Rolls loose into the Chelsea defence to Harter. Fofana. Taps it right-footed now. Champon. Return back and give it to Fofana. Champon to Palmer. Palmer facing his own, Neto facing his own goal. A Champon again. Now Chelsea back in their box. Fofana to Sanchez, who's in the 6-yard area. Now Joao Harto. Fernandez turns and whips it first time right-footed. Delap in his half. Holds it up against Van de Ven. He's drawn Van de Ven in well there. Delap now. Fernandez from halfway. That is too far ahead of Liam Delap. That's Palhinha. Back to Kinski. To turn from Palhinha. Square to Udogi. Kinski left side of his box. Anthony Kinski clips it. With his left boot looking for Richarlison. Fofana climbs over him. And that's a foul there from Conor Gallagher in the centre circle on Andre Santos. Clear contact on the Chelsea midfielder, and Gallagher just helping him back up the Stamford Bridge turf. And Santos certainly a player with talent, that's for sure. Again, Chelsea would need Man City to turn it around against Bournemouth to have a chance of getting into the top 6 on the final day. Which could be Champions League spot if Villa finish 5th and win in Istanbul tomorrow night in the Europa League final. Harto. Now is Fofana. Look, go back to Harto. That's exactly what happens. Harto. Colomwani approaching him. Square to Fernandez. With right-footed, controlled the mid-drift of Delap. Good battle between him and Van de Ven. Caicedo just in front of halfway, now plays it down the inside left to Cucurella. Cucurella in the box, cross comes in. Palmer controls, back towards goal. Now Delap whips it well over the bar. Sums up Liam Delap's season. That finish, it was a really good opportunity for him there. Delap did hold it up well against Van de Ven. Then Caicedo, a couple yards ahead of halfway. Excellent first time pass with his right boot. On the inside left channel, Cucurella got the cross in. Palmer took it under a spell, played it to Delap, and Delap should have done better. Wrapped his right foot around the ball, but well over the bar. Kinty's goal kick. It's headed backwards from Harto. Richarlison run onto it, just bounced off Richarlison's hip. Colomwani. He was marginally over 40 yards from goal. Now it's on halfway of Bentancur. Right-footed from Danso. So Tottenham on the ball with Bentancur. Van de Ven. Coming up to the 24th minute. Chelsea 1, Tottenham 0. Enzo Fernandez with the finish. First time for Richarlison. Van de Ven's pass. Tottenham down the centre circle. Bentancur. Wide right to Colomwani. Back inside to midfield to Gallagher. Bentancur on the inside right. He's almost 30 yards and goal. The number 30 has the ball again for Tottenham. Now Danso. Square in the centre circle to Van de Ven. Now Bentancur. Played across the halfway line to Destiny Doggy. Doggy, heavy pass on the turn. Colomwani kept it in play. Now Doggy has it again. Surge over halfway. Richarlison lays it back towards the Doggy. Then Caicedo steps in, takes control of the ball. Harto to Fernandez. One touch football from Chelsea. Santos now to Delap. Holds it up. Delap's pass bounced off of Caicedo. Now Fernandez helps it to the wide left to Cucurella. Clips it towards the back post and almost fell to Neto. But they're tracking back really well was Matthias Tell. He's headed it behind for a corner kick. Reminder, Bournemouth 1, Man City 0. That means Arsenal would be champions. Even Man City equalise. That would still be enough for Arsenal to win the league. Okay, Man City, again, I top there. Chelsea be open. That Man City can turn it around there. Well, Chelsea got to do the job themselves here. Nothing helping West Ham out as well. Play Leeds on the final day. West Ham certainly didn't help themselves out as the James Park with a torrid performance on Sunday evening. The Neto's corner from the right. Head away from Palhinha. Now headed out the penalty area from Udogie. It is the Chelsea left back, Cucurella on the ball. Square to Caicedo, Fernandez. Just over 40 yards on goal. Back in the Chelsea after Caicedo. Sanchez. 3 yards in front of the D. Sanchez looking towards Fernandez on the inside left. Header met from Danso. Heavy touch with the right foot of Caicedo on halfway. Breaks in the Tottenham midfield to Bentancur. Tottenham middled their half with Van de Ven. Mickey Van de Ven taking a few slow steps with the ball. Van de Ven left footed. 4 yards over halfway to Udogie now. Helps it down the left towards Tell. Fofana gets there first. Fofana being pressurised. Fofana turns. Clips it away. Now Gallagher climbs the header. He's managed to flick it back to Bentancur. Palmer on Bentancur's blind side. But Bentancur got the pass off the Danso. Palhinha inside right. Now it's Porro on the ball. Level with the centre circle. Just has to roll it back in this half to Danso. Danso on the real pressure from Delap. But Danso clips it over the top of Cucurella. Now Colomwani pinning Harto here. Now Cucurella gets back, makes the tackle, clears it, only as far as Palhinha. That's another really good tackle from João Harto. Will be a throw for Tottenham in the attacking third. Tottenham looking for that equaliser coming up to the 27th minute. Pedro Porro drifts in field. Porro now. Short pass outside of the right boot to Colomwani. Colomwani slow ball in, cleared away from Harto. Fernandez leaning into Palhinha, goes down. And here's a free kick in Enzo Fernandez's favour. And Palhinha is just leaning into it. Fernandez made sure to win that free kick. Now Chelsea can get that ball forwards. Could they put more pressure on Tottenham? Go two goals up. So Chelsea. Free kick across the fence. Harto, Fofana linking up. Caicedo. Just tap back to Harto. Now here's Fofana on the ball. Palmer. First time to Santos. Now Delap in the centre circles. Left for Palmer. Palmer plays that in between Porro and Danso. Cucurella on the chase. Now Porro with the foul on Cucurella. Sprinted out towards Cucurella. But Cucurella skipped over the challenger Porro. And a yellow card with Pedro Porro as well. Can't say I disagree with the referee's call there. It's a full-blooded challenge from Porro. He definitely caught the Chelsea man. So free kick wide left for Chelsea. Pedro Porro's 10th yellow of the season. So free kick will be wide left. And it'll be Fernandez or Neto to take. Can Fernandez get an assist to add to his goal? The only goal so far. 28.5 minutes played. So Fernandez looks definite to whip this one in. Him and Neto still in conversation. So it will be Fernandez to deliver. And the wide left, Fernandez wraps his right foot around the ball, hits the bar! Almost beat Kinski's near post. Oh, that would have been a spectacular goal from Enzo Fernandez. It was a wicked free kick, whipped with his right boot. So close to catching Kinski out. Certainly mighty relief, Danston Kinski. Free kick rattled the bar. Tottenham playing out from the back. Van de Ven. Turn from Tell. So over halfway to Udogie. Inside to Gallagher. Tottenham just in front of halfway. Udogie back to Van de Ven. Mickey Van de Ven strokes it left footed. So it's Danso turns. Square to Van de Ven. Van de Ven halfway now. Tottenham inside left for Udogie. Well challenged there from Santos. And it's a free kick as well. Given against Destiny Udogie. Santos, really good challenge. I think Udogie might have clipped his head as well. Sorry, it was Josh Achampo on the challenge. Slid into it really well. Achampo was saying that Udogie clipped his head. Udogie was saying he didn't. Free kick went in Chelsea's favour. Half hour gone at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea 1, Tottenham 0. So as it stands, fight for survival going down to the final day. Here's Chelsea with Caicedo. Now Wesley Fofana. Fofana turns. Back to Caicedo. Square across the back, gets Harto. First time from Fernandez. Clear on the halfway line from Van de Ven. Now Richarlison lays off to Gallagher, who's inside left. Now Tottenham wide on that left-hand side with Destiny Doggy. Prodded back to Gallagher. Tottenham still edge of the box. Palhinha. That's a really tame pass from Palhinha. Cut out. A Champon's clearance blocked from Palhinha. Now Palhinha leans into a Champon. But he did get it back, but the referee has given a foul against Ja Palhinha. There's arms out wide at the moment, Palhinha. Saying, how was that a free kick? Well, to me, there was a push with Palhinha on the Champon, so I'm not really sure you can have too many complaints about that, to be honest. And so far, Tottenham only one shot and it wasn't even on target. Chelsea had 4 shots, half them on target, and won them into the back of net for Enzo Fernandez. Head away from Danso from the goal kick. Now it's in the centre circle. Caicedo and Harto all the way backwards to Sanchez. Now for Fana. Fana rolls it through the D to Harto. Draw Harto midway inside his half. Plays that between Bentancur and Colomwani. Now clear from Danso. Caicedo by the centre circle. Drills it to the left. Controls that really well on the left. Now Cucurella's pass deflects towards Delap. Just gets away from Delap in the end. And deflection off Van de Ven. Took it to Kinski instead. Kinski rolls it to Danso. Danso. There's a few touches with his right foot. Now throws the pass to Richarlison. Now stepping forward is Harto to win it. Harto in the attacking third. He gets away from Bentancur. Harto skips over the challenge of Palhinha, but Harto took a heavy touch. Now Van de Ven cleared. So Tottenham over halfway. Here's Tell. Nice pass in field to Gallagher. Now Gallagher to the runner Porro on the inside right. Tottenham in the attacking third. Porro to Colomwani. Right side of the box. Colomwani's cross. Too high. So disappointing there from Rando Colomwani. He was in a great position to get a good delivery in. Absolute waste from Colomwani. Should be doing a lot better. And the goal kick for Chelsea. Again, the play for Tottenham was nice to get themselves into that position. An absolute waste. So Joe Harto, I thought he was going to start the goal kick, but that just will be Robert Sanchez hitting this long. So Sanchez just telling all of his teammates to push higher. So this goal kick will absolutely be going direct. Right-footed from Robert Sanchez. And towards the inside left, the lap, it comes off his back. Danso holding his face, he's still on his feet though, Danso, and then Palhinha's header towards Porro, and that's headed back to Kinski. Kinski rolls it to Van de Ven. Van de Ven looking for an option to play out from the back, which has to go square to Danso. Van de Ven again. Still in about the same amount of space, Van de Ven. He's midway inside his half. Turn there from Palhinha. Pass goes over halfway, but Tottenham back in the half now. The Doggy's pass blocked from Palmer. Doggy gets across. It does concede the throw, and that was good pressure there from Cole Palmer. So Chelsea throw midway inside the Tottenham half. That's back on halfway with Fofana. Santos in the centre circle. Has it again from Fernandez. Santos right-footed. Chelsea still in the centre circle with Fofana. Rolled across halfway to a Champon. Fofana. And the Champon's Chelsea still just beyond halfway. Champon clipped it down the right. Header from Udogi now. Caicedo runs onto it. Neto. Rolled into midfield to Santos. Knocked back here for Harto. Draw Harto to the left to Cucurella. Midway in the Tottenham half. And inside the midfield to Santos. Enzo Fernandez inside left. Trying to turn away from Colomwani. Fernandez protecting the ball really well here. Fernandez insinuating he should have had a free kick. Also to Caicedo, level with the centre circle. Now plays the ball inside of it to Fofana. Palmer turns. Santos inside right. Santos to Palmer. Lovely take from Palmer. Good tackle from Bentancur. Now Udogi has it. Udogi running towards halfway. Udogi. That's a good standing challenge there in central midfield from Andre Santos. Now Fernandez in the centre circle, rolled it through for Delac. That's good work from Danso to get his toe end onto the ball. Now Van de Ven out to Porro. Now Porro inside, just walking with the ball here. Paulinho picks up Bentancur in the centre circle. Bentancur now exits the centre circle. Ball's on his right foot at the moment. Square to Paulinho. Bentancur, first time pass blocked from Caicedo, but Paulinho does have it. Holds off Caicedo. Tottenham on the right. In the half, Bentancur. In the field to Porro. Porro now reels it low. Laces at the right boot to the wide left to Tell. Matthias Tell cuts inside of a Champong. Tell now just beyond the box. Good tackle there from a Champong. Here's Caicedo. Now Udogi outmuscles a Champong. Gallagher rolls it to Tell. Left side of the box. Matthias Tell now goes a shot, but got his right foot caught underneath the ball. And that shot skied miles over the bar. Udogi won it back superbly. Gallagher inside left, rolled it to Matthias Tell. He just drifted away from Joshua Champong, but got the finish all wrong. As I said, right foot caught underneath the ball. Really poor strike from Matthias Tell. It is a free kick for Hato to start off. It's clipped from Sanchez, too high for Pedro Neto. So here is a throw for Matthias Tell for Destiny Doggy to take. Going back to Mickey Van de Ven. Gallagher asking for it by the centre circle. Van de Ven walking towards it. Square to Danso. Delac approaching Danso. Danso gets his pass off quickly. Porro clips it forwards. Nice touch there for Colomwani. Again, making sure Cucurella doesn't get a piece of the ball. Now Cucurella does. Good tackle there, but it rolls loose to Gallagher. Tottenham going backwards. Bentancur now plays it outside the right to Paulinho to hold up against Palmer. Bentancur again. Bentancur just over 35 yards and goal. Now Udogi down the left for Bentancur. Bentancur keeps away from Neto. Bentancur still holding Neto off. Loses Udogi once more. Backwards to Tell. Now is Paulinho in the centre circle with Danso. Tottenham enjoying possession it, but they're goal down at Stamford Bridge. Fastly approaching the 38th minute. Tottenham on the ball with Gallagher. Bentancur hooks it back to Van de Ven. Van de Ven with a few rolls of the ball. Van de Ven to his right foot. Short square pass to Paulinho. And that side for Tell. Tell backwards. Up yards ahead of halfway is Van de Ven. Now Danso in the centre circle. Van de Ven again. Turns onto his left foot. First time for Paulinho. Nice turn for Tell. Now Desi Doggy. Push really high. Doggy. Deflect the cross towards near post. Clear from Arto. Now Champong holding off for Doggy. So Chelsea close to the corner flag. A Champong can't keep hold of the ball, but now rolls loose at Harto. Harto clears. Push forwards as Van de Ven heads it down. Free kick given against Tottenham. Not entirely sure why. There must have been maybe a push from Desi Doggy. Again, Tottenham last few minutes getting a good foothold again. They need to try and test Robert Sanchez. They've been toothless in the attacking third. 39 minutes played, which Chelsea won, Tottenham 0. As it stands, fight for survival going down to the final day. Tottenham realistically just need 1 point, but 3 would absolutely secure their Premier League status. Free kick from Sanchez. Powerful header from Danso towards the centre circle. Helped off Richarlison. Colomwani on the run, but Cucurella clears. Now Porro first time over halfway. Gallagher. Gallagher goes down as he fouled from Santos. Referee doesn't award a free kick. Fernandez picks up Palmer in the centre circle. Palmer onto his left foot. Short to Caicedo in the centre circle. Now Santos, 35 yards from the target. Right footed, swept out to Cucurella. Santos again. Now Harto. Chelsea on the halfway line with Caicedo. And a light right footed pass to Fofana. Rolled out to Neto. Neto. And he's narrowly in front of halfway. In the centre circle with Caicedo. Harto. Harto walks it just beyond the halfway line. Stops it now. Caicedo in the centre circle. Tap to Fofana. Over halfway, running onto it is a Champon. Champon dispossessed from Udogi. Gallagher squared to Bentancur. Backwards to Palhinha. Van de Ven. Just under 5 minutes of normal time remaining in this first half. Chelsea 1, Tottenham 0. Bentancur now plays it in behind for Colomwani. A little bit too ahead of Colomwani. Really good idea from Bentancur, and Colomwani puts a thumbs up as well. Sanchez throws it to Cucurella. Cucurella to Fernandez. Cucurella barged into by his former teammate Conor Gallagher. Cucurella less than place. Bit of back and forth between Gallagher and Cucurella. It's still going on here. And Cucurella says on to Gallagher whilst putting his hand over his mouth. So the referee just getting across now. Porro's just trying to defuse things. It was Gallagher just barged into Cucurella. That was needless from Conor Gallagher, mine. It really was. Just taking his frustrations out on Cucurella there. Tottenham need to keep the heads here. They're still in a good position. Again, one more point. It should be safe. So there's a free kick for Chelsea to take. Harto back to Sanchez. Now for Fana. Short left foot to pass to Champon. Fana. Here's Harto. Harto crests it left footed to Fernandez. Fernandez can't find Harto, but does fall to Fofana though. Now a Champon. Neto, 5 yards behind halfway, drills it down the far side, picks out Delap. Delap now against Van de Ven. Delap rolls away from Van de Ven, goes down. Good work there from Liam Delap. And Mickey Van de Ven saying he hardly pulled Liam Delap, but to me there was a shirt tug from Delap. So it will be a free kick by away. Arsenal are 20 minutes away from winning the Premier League. Bournemouth still leading Man City by a goal to nil. Bournemouth, by the way, on the verge of qualifying for the Champions League. Again, they're in a great position. If Aston Villa win the Europa League final tomorrow and they finish 5th, Bournemouth will be Champions League, or Bournemouth will get in the top 5 themselves. If Liverpool drop points to Brentford and Bournemouth win at Forest on the final day, they will get to the Champions League. What an achievement that will be. Again, that will get lost in, obviously, Arsenal winning the league if Bournemouth do their job, but you've got to give massive credit to Bournemouth. What a job Andoni Iraola's done there. I'm sure he won't be short of offers this summer. Although Chelsea did choose Xabi Alonso over him. So a free kick for Chelsea to take on the right-hand side. Level with the corner of the penalty area. So it looks like Neto will be the man to deliver it. Neto's free kick, easy catch there for Kinski. Oh, did Chelsea appear in that Kinski took the ball over the line, but to me, Kinski definitely didn't, and referee's watch didn't go off. And it was a nasty whip ball for Neto. I thought Kinski caught it comfortably initially, and then he was close to actually taking that one over the line, but didn't do so. Now it's Palhinha looking towards the centre circle. Pass too much on it for Richarlison, so Fofana now has it. Sanchez in the deep. Just under a minute and a half of normal time to go in this first half. Chelsea 1, Tottenham 0. Caicedo links up midfield with Santos now. First time for Delap in the centre circle to Santos. Chelsea just ahead of halfway on the left with Fernandez. Back in the centre circle with Harto, left footed. Here to Fofana. Fofana, right foot pass to find Santos. Virtually on the halfway line. And just lightly plays it behind him to Harto. Fernandez. Fernandez again in the centre circle. Chelsea just playing one-touch football at the moment. So Fofana to a Champon. Inside to Santos. Chelsea moving the ball superbly here. I said it back for Santos, but strengthen Santos against Gallagher in the centre circle. Now it's whipped from Harto to Cucurella. A couple yards shy of halfway. Caicedo now pokes it to Fernandez. Fernandez, was he pushing back from Danso? I think a free kick's been given in Chelsea favour, but for a late foul on Caicedo. Now it's a bit of back and forth there between Richarlison and Fofana, which quickly needs to be simmered down. And there was a late challenge on Caicedo, which is why the free kick was given in Chelsea's favour. So Van de Ven and Fernandez and Gallagher will talk to the referee here. Caicedo's back on his feet now. He's close to referees here as well. Referee just talking with Fernandez and Van de Ven here. Two skippers are just 1 minute of add-on time this first half. It's just a one goal in this game so far, going in Chelsea's favour, keeping their European hopes alive, but more importantly, meaning that the fight survival as it stands will go down to the final day. So Chelsea, free kick goes long, header from Danso. Well, it's a miscue volley there from Palhinha, but it does fall to Bentancur, only as far as Fernandez now. Palmer, shot from the D, roll just wide. Great chance for Chelsea in first half stoppage time to go 2 goals up. The Danso headed away. Awful clearance to Palhinha, did fall to Bentancur, then Bentancur lost out, gets Fernandez, passed it to Palmer on the D. Palmer, it was a tame right-footed strike, but it was almost heading in. The doggy to Richarlison, holds it up. Richarlison barged into by Fofana, be a free kick to Tottenham, but again the minute is up, so I don't think there'll be time to take the free kick. And just waiting for the referee's half-time whistle. Richarlison back off the turf now, holding his lower back. Free kick taken to Van de Ven, and the referee puts his whistle to his mouth. And half-time at Stamford Bridge, and it's Chelsea who are doing West Ham a favour. They lead by a goal to nil. Enzo Fernandez with the goal. Just over 25 yards out, took the strike on, the space opened up for Chelsea on the right. Swept the ball inside, and Fernandez finished it brilliantly. Tottenham keep their European hopes alive. So Sanchez looking for Delap. Head away from Bentancur, only as far as Caicedo. Richarlison putting pressure on. Caicedo rolls it back in the D to Sanchez. Now Sanchez short to Fofana. Here is a Champon. Champon now, look for Neto. Finds him, Neto holding up, trying to wriggle away from Destiny Udogie. Neto still holding on to it well. Now Fofana turns and here is Sanchez. Sanchez, right foot on top of the ball, square in the box to Harto. Works out to Cucurella. Cucurella now, down the line, clear from halfway from Danso. And that will be a Chelsea throw midway inside the half. Cucurella throws it back to Harto. Now it's Fofana in the D. Fofana right-footed. Now Palmer running onto it. Third time touch of Santos. Now it's left for Delap. Delap flicks it. Here's Santos inside left. Now Chelsea in the attacking third. Cucurella cuts it back now for Fernandez. Back forwards to Cucurella. Cucurella on the byline. And Porro knocked that out of play. That's exactly what he did. It will be a corner for Chelsea on the left-hand side. Porro needed to get a touch on that to prevent Cucurella from getting a cross in. So early corner for Chelsea in this second half from the left. Oh, they'd love to beat Tottenham in this relegation battle. So West Ham fans will be watching on with nerves, though some of them would accept the relegation after the way they performed at Newcastle at the weekend. Corner in for Fernandez, caught from Kinski. Now Kinski, we go for a long throw, still taking his time here, Kinski. That rolls it in the box to Van de Ven. It is Bentancur. Van de Ven, 5-yard pass to Palhinha. Tottenham can go backwards from midfield to central defence. Van de Ven walking with it. 2 minutes into the second half. Danso gets away from Delap. Danso now to Bentancur. Good pressing from Santos, forcing Bentancur play backwards to Van de Ven. Just ahead of Van de Ven is Palhinha. Palhinha, right-footed. Gallagher first time. Tottenham on the line of their penalty area with Van de Ven. Now back in the box with Kinski. Tap to Danso. Now is Porro. Tottenham trying to work something in. They play it towards halfway to Richarlison. Now Gallagher. Gallagher goes to the switch. Can he pick out Tell? He can. Tell brings it down with his right foot. A lovely flick there down the line from Tell to Udogie. Good strength from Fofana to get there before Udogie, nudging away from the ball. Neto turns away from Tell and Udogie to give it to Champon. Back here for Santos. That's a poor pass there from Santos towards Fofana. It's been kicked straight out of play there. And Santos, a pretty simple pass for him to make. So it is a throw-in on the left-hand side for Kevin Danso to take. Danso level with the penalty area. He's back to Destiny Udogie. Udogie's cross towards the back post, way too high for Richarlison. And straight out of play. What a Chelsea throw again. It was a good chance for Udogie to get a good cross in. And completely wasted it. 3.5 minutes into the second half. Chelsea 1, Tottenham 0. It's the same scoreline in Bournemouth's favour against Man City. Arsenal are minutes away from becoming Premier League champions. Not exactly what Tottenham fans want here. That's putting that lightly, to be honest. Of course, Tottenham need to focus on themselves here, though. And they need to make sure to get something. And Cole Palmer just putting his boot back on. Not exactly what Chelsea fans want here as well. Could be even worse for Chelsea if Arsenal win the Champions League. Of course, Chelsea the only team in London to win European Cup, as they always like to remind Arsenal and Tottenham. Sure, there would have been a few of those chances going around tonight. Stamford Bridge, so Cucurella to take the throw here, level with the penalty area. Cucurella's throw. Fernandez. Flick to Delap. Delap holds up and Gallagher steps in and wins it back. Breaks here to Bentancur. There was a challenge on Palhinha just seconds before Bentancur got the ball, so it is a free kick for Tottenham. So Fofana who put the challenge in. So free kick for Tottenham. Shy of 40 yards from goal. And it will be Pedro Porro to take it on the inside right. So can he put into dangerous delivery? Or maybe go for a pass. He does go for the pass actually to the wide right. But Teller goes back to Porritt. And now Tottenham going to get ball to the right side. Lovely ball to Richarlison, it's wide! Oh, what a chance for Tottenham to draw level. It was a terrific delivery on the left-hand side. When Matthias Tell whipped him right foot to Richarlison. Free header. How was he not scored that? I have no idea. Golden opportunity for Tottenham to draw level. And Richarlison, let's hope that it doesn't come back to haunt him on the final whistle on Sunday. So Chelsea set the goal kick, started off from Harto. Richarlison closing down Sanchez, but Sanchez clears it quickly. Headed in the centre circle from Udogie. Now Gallagher is Tell on halfway, turns back and gives it into the feet of Van de Ven. Bentancur. Here is Danso. Danso. Pass goes over halfway. Now Richarlison has it. Richarlison's pass blocked. Now here is Gallagher. By the way, Man City have equalised late at the Vitality Stadium. So it's Tottenham now looking for an equaliser themselves down the left-hand side with Tell. Can't round a Champon. Nice turn there for a Champon. Now it's been won back from Tell. No, it's been given as a free kick against Tottenham. Erling Haaland by away with the goal. Surprise, surprise. And Tottenham been on the front foot though in the last couple of minutes. And Man City could they score another equaliser? I think it's too late. Too little, too late though. In seconds to go. Vitality. So Arsenal still should get over the line this evening as champions. Confirm that shortly when that final result comes through. But here at Stamford Bridge, Chelsea 1, Tottenham 0. So Robert Sanchez on free kick duty here. Sanchez clips it towards the lap. Head away from Danso. Towering header there from Fofana. Now knocked to Bentancur. From Bentancur to Udogie. Van de Ven picks out Tell, and now kept in play for Udogie on the left. Richarlison trying to set away Destiny. Udogie is up against the Champon. Champon gets across, got himself in between the ball and Udogie really well there. Joshua Champon, and it is a free kick for Chelsea. And Champon's done a solid job at full-back this evening. By the way, that does mean that Bournemouth's hopes of catching Liverpool all but over. And there you have it, by the way. Arsenal are champions of the Premier League. It's finished one apiece at the Vitality. So Bournemouth keep their unbeaten record up. But congratulations to Arsenal. The wait is over. Not since the infamous Invincibles of 2004 have Arsenal won the Premier League. So big congratulations to them. And Chelsea take the free kick towards the lap. Header from the lap goes backwards. Now it's Destiny Udogie, so Tottenham and Chelsea fans will not be pleased at all. Arsenal being Premier League champions, obviously. So it is Richarlison. 7 yards behind halfway. Udogie, Palhinha. Now back to Van de Ven. Van de Ven just walking the ball at the fence. Palhinha asking for it. It's gone square for Danso. On halfway is Porritt, lifted out to the wide right. Colomwani has it. And back now to Porritt. Danso. Van de Ven. And Palmer trying to close down. Tottenham still keep possession at the back. Danso brings it away from the lap. Here is Porritt. Back to Danso. Danso once more gets away from the lap. And on half turn is Porritt. Kept in play from Colomwani. It's a heavy pass from Porritt. And the Colomwani flicked up in the air. Bounced off his chest. Cucurella sticking nice and tight to him as a throw for Chelsea. And surely that was a foul from Caicedo. Bentancur did trip him up. And it will be a free kick for Chelsea. Just over 35 yards from goal. And Caicedo and Fernandez standing behind this. I presume this will be a short free kick. Could the nightmare be complete for Tottenham if they lose tonight? And lose on Sunday, West Ham win. The Arsenal champions and Tottenham relegated. It just can't get any worse. Let Tottenham be open, then get that point. Should definitely see them safe Champon. Caicedo in the centre circle. Back to Fofana. Harto, left-footed. Now here's Enzo Fernandez. That does also end Chelsea's hopes of catching Bournemouth as well. So Chelsea's chance of the Champions League are officially over. Caicedo sweeps it towards the right-hand side. Nice touch there for Neto. Chelsea into the attacking third. Neto right side of the box. A few step overs. Neto cuts in. Neto shots blocked from his own man in Cole Palmer. Now Doggy outmuscles Neto, goes down. And that will be a free kick to Tottenham. A slight nudge on Destiny Doggy. And Gallagher walks away from the ball, so Kinski will be going long here. De Zerbi in conversation with his coaching staff. So Robert De Zerbi hands in pockets at the moment, wondering maybe how he could change this game. And form beaten for De Zerbi at the moment, just taking Tottenham out the drop zone. Tends to stay out of it, of course. Kinski's free kick. Drills down left too high. In the end for Matthias Tel. So Champon to take the throw midway inside his half. And Caicedo asking for it. The Champon throws it down the line. Delat controls it ahead of Van de Ven. First time for Palmer, it's blocked from Destiny Doggy. Now Danso. Bentancur plays it through legs of Fernandez. Here come Tottenham over halfway with Pedro Porro. Porro now slows himself down. Stab back into the feet of Bentancur. So Bentancur to Pedro Porro. It is Danso. Danso holds off the lap. Now Porro plays it back. Van de Ven by the centre circle. Now Conor Gallagher on the ball. Bentancur return back to Gallagher. It's wide right. Here with Colomwani. He's against Kukureya. Colomwani now into the box. Colomwani can get across. Colomwani still Colomwani hits it off of Kukureya. And that will be a corner kick for Tottenham on the right-hand side. There's good work there for Colomwani to weave his way into the box. But also equally as good work from Kukureya, sticking to the task, make sure Colomwani didn't get a sniff of putting that into the centre of the area. But Tottenham do have a corner on the right-hand side. Approaching the 58th minute. Chelsea lead by a goal to nil. So it'll be Pedro Porro to deliver. Out swinging from the far side. Porro's corner kick. Header for Richarlison. Save from Sanchez. A second header chance for Richarlison in this second half. This one wasn't as bad as the first header, where he should have buried that one. This one was really good for Richarlison to leap above for Andre Santos. Couldn't quite get the power he wanted. Save low down from Sanchez. Chelsea in the centre circle with Fernandez, who received it from Palmer. Chelsea on halfway with Kukureya. Back to Enzo Fernandez. It's his goal separating the two sides this evening. Fofana by the centre circle. Right footed now roll to Neto. Will he go down the line? And the Doggies blocking that chance off, so Neto has to play it safe to Fofana. It is a Champon. Now Fofana. Fofana right footed. Palmer now loses possession, gets Tel on the halfway line. Now Tel runs into trouble. Play from Santos now. Delap holds up. Palmer takes care of the ball. Palmer then tackled and it rolls further forward to Chelsea, though, but for Van de Ven will get to it against Palmer, and Palmer blocks Van de Ven's clearance down the left-hand hard, given as well. And Gallagher pull back Palmer. I wouldn't say in a ridiculously aggressive manner, though. In Tottenham with all the bookings so far, Van de Ven and Porro in the book. Gallagher does escape, joining them two, though. So hour gone at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea 1, Tottenham 0. So that result would take it down to the final day. The race was viable, and Chelsea in that European hunt as well get themselves in a good position. Up into 8th, Chelsea at fellow European hopeful Sunderland. The final day of the season. Fernandez whipped in towards near post, diving head away from Gallagher. And in the end, a free kick given against Chelsea. I think it was a slight push from Wesley Fofana in the penalty area. So Kinski starts off the free kick. Danso and a Porra inside to Bentancur. Pokes it towards the centre circle. Richarlison. This is dispossessed from Santos. Fofana finds Palmer on halfway. Back to a Champon. Sanchez. First time from the D. And Chelsea in possession with Santos. Can't find a forward pass though. Back to Sanchez. Now it's on the left-hand side here with Harto. Harto and Phil to Santos and the D. Now Santos back to Fofana, who's on the byline here. Fofana whips it forwards, bouncing towards the centre circle, headed down from Delap to his right to Neto. Couldn't quite find Cole Palmer. And Tottenham back in possession. Bentancur 3 yards beyond him to Van de Ven. Across the back line to Danso. Delap all over the back of him. Danso does keep it, gets his pass off to Van de Ven. Now Palhinha. João Palhinha drags it onto his right foot. Van de Ven. Square now to Danso. Picks up Gallagher. Conor Gallagher. It is Tottenham on the ball with Tell. Pass back to Palhinha. Tottenham enjoying possession here. Well, actually, Richarlison and Udogie went into the same challenge. So I'm not quite sure who the referee's given the yellow card to. Pass was heavy there from Tell. Trying to look for Udogie. Udogie slid towards the ball. So it was Udogie who caught Wesley Fofana. Udogie got a slight piece of the ball, but did catch Fofana first. So correctly, the Tottenham left back is given a yellow card, his 4th of the campaign. James Maddison warming up on the sidelines. It was fantastic to see him back on the pitch against Leeds. And can he come on tonight and be that difference maker to Tottenham to getting back in this game? Chelsea with Fofana. Now Sanchez. Tottenham trying to push up here. Gallagher and Richarlison. Fano plays it through Gallagher and Richarlison. Good sliding tackle there from Palhinha to win it. Gallagher finds Richarlison. Poor touch from Richarlison though. Comes off the chest of Bentancur. Lifted too high from Enzo Fernandez. In the middle of the Chelsea half for Cucurella. So throw from Tottenham is Danso. Bentancur. Pokes it inside to Palhinha. And the centre circle with Van de Ven. Square to Danso, trying to get away from Delap. Delap wins the challenge. And it's Colomwani's pass, blocked from Delap. Caicedo just knocked into by Colomwani, just in front of the Chelsea box. So free kick to the Blues, Caicedo takes. Now Chelsea try and get themselves over halfway. Champon. Chelsea middle their half. Midway inside it. It's Fofana to Harto. Fofana again, right-footed, finds Delap in the centre circle. Touch to Santos. Now Tottenham have it back with Danso. Look, pull there from Delap on Danso. Now Bentancur down the right here. Colomwani into the box. Colomwani, low cross in, couldn't find Richarlison. Cleared away. Palhinha controls. Now here's Danso. Tottenham. Slightly over 35 yards and goal. Bentancur back in the centre circle to Danso. Van de Ven. Danso on the halfway line. Danso turns. In the lap. Shadowing Danso. It's on the halfway line with Colomwani. Gallagher. And doesn't have a forward pass on. Has to go backwards to Danso. And now Kinski being pressing Palmer. Kinski does clip it forwards. Sails over Colomwani. Will it stay in play here? Kukuret does let it bounce out for throat. So Kukuret just assesses options here, but before that happens, De Zerbi not messed about, going for the triple substitution. Actually, Chelsea will take the throw first. Kukuret goes it back to Hato. Here's Sanchez now for Fafana. Fafana just strokes it back to his goalkeeper. Now half turn from Santos. Santos, can he find a pass through the centre circle? Just pick out Delap. Now lovely turn from Fernandez. Looks at Delap again, cut out. Palhinha has it, 66.5 minutes played it at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea 1, Tottenham 0. And it's given away for Colomwani to Palmer. Now Cole Palmer looks to his right to Neto. Edge of the box, Neto delivers it towards the back post. Played in the middle to Santos, finishes! Chelsea double their lead! A simple finish for Andre Santos. And Chelsea are making sure that this fight for survival will go down to the final day. They do not want Tottenham celebrating safety at the bridge. And it was just before De Zerbi was going to put the triple sub on as well. And Tottenham were just asleep there at the back post. Simple finish for Andre Santos in the middle. Awful pass from Colomwani. Cole Palmer in the centre, played it to his right to Neto. Neto delivered to the back post. And it was just teed up from Enzo Fernandez. He gets an assist to go with his goal. It's a light touch, left-footed from Fernandez. Santos free in the middle of the 6-yard box. And he just stroked it beyond the reach of Kinski into his bottom left-hand corner. Mickey van der Ven furious with his teammates. So this looks like it's going down to the final day. Chelsea 2, Tottenham 0. And he just knew that Chelsea weren't going to roll over for Tottenham. So you can really feel the tension in the Tottenham camp now. So back underway here at Stamford Bridge. Here's Kinski. So a triple substitution for Tottenham now made. Madison, Spence and Sarr all on. Porras forward pass cleared away from Kukuret. Again, a double substitution coming on. 2 goals down. Big Arson. It wasn't in De Zerbi's mind at all when he's bringing them on. It was Palhinha, Colomwani, Udogie by way, who all made way. Here's Gallagher in the middle, top half tackle from Neto. The roll to Van de Ven. Out to Spence. Jed Spence. Just behind him to Conor Gallagher. James Maddison, short for Bentancur. Maddison now, half turn in the centre circle. Maddison, square cross halfway to Gallagher. Here's Jed Spence. Looks down the line for Sarr. Sarr now. Back to Gallagher. Maddison. And taps it to Gallagher. Here's Bentancur. And square for the centre circle to Danso. Bentancur again. Maddison. Bentancur exits the centre circle. Bentancur, 30 yards and goal on the inside left. Gallagher. It's a turn from Sarr, the attacker there. Bentancur concedes possession to Caicedo. And now Kukuret lifts it onto the chest of Delap. Delap now lays it off to Caicedo. Caicedo now through the centre circle. Caicedo looks to his right. Here comes Chelsea looking to put this game beyond the reach of Tottenham. Neto puts it through the legs of Maddison. Neto ball in, pushed away from Kinski. That pass from Bentancur to Maddison. Maddison just about plays it out to the right to tell because Fernandez almost intercepted it. Here's Porro, midway inside his half. Porro looking for an option. Let's just go back to Kinski. Kinski now, right-footed to Van de Ven. Van de Ven walks into the D, finds Madison. Jay Madison, just get the feel for the ball here, Madison. Nicely weighted pass over halfway. So Tottenham on the far side here with Tell. Now Sarr. James Madison, 30 yards from goal, inside right channel. Madison, short here to Matthias Tell. Can Tottenham maybe get a cross in? Perhaps Sarr. Sarr just behind him to Porro. And now Tell. That's the movement of Sarr in front of him, but Sarr's offside. And it's a pass given away from Tell. Now Tell gets it back. Bentancur leaves it for Porro in the box. Porro keeps it in the tight space. Now Sarr wide right. Porro turns and Tottenham still edge of the box. On the inside right, Bentancur spins. Short and square to Porro. Tottenham wide right. Sarr delivers. Touch and Gallagher straight to Sanchez. Again, it was a nice cross on the right hand side. Gallagher got the contact he was hoping for. It just bounced straight at Sanchez. So here is Caicedo. Now Chelsea on the ball with Fernandez. Lifted towards Fofana. Pushing header back into the feet of Sanchez. Sanchez rolls it across the box to Caicedo. Now Harto and Caicedo combine. 72 minutes on the clock. Chelsea 2, Tottenham 0. It's given away to Madison. Pass inside from Bentancur. It's been blocked from Santos. And it will be a throw for Tottenham to take on the left-hand side. Can Tottenham half the deficit and give themselves hope again? And they know destiny will be in their own hands on the final day, but they do not want this to go down to the final day, though. Van de Ven. Now is Jed Spence. Spence. And just over 35 yards from goal. Now in the midfield to Bentancur. Back in the centre circle to Danso. Square cross halfway to Van de Ven. Van de Ven links up with Madison. Madison on the ball again. Just by the centre circle though. Need him higher up the pitch. Van de Ven picks out Spence. Moves inside. Spence whips it too far away from Sarr. Header for Cucurella. Now Porro gets onto it. Tell for Porro in the box. Porro takes it back. Flick from Sarr. Richarlison turns it in at the back post. And Tottenham are right back in this one. Richarlison with a simple finish finally gets his goal in the second half. So we have a game on our hands again. It was a head away for Cucurella. Porro got onto it. Tell played it on the outside of Porro. Play on the outside of Cucurella to Porro. Porro found Sarr. Sarr flicked it. And there was Richarlison at the back post free. Simple finish. That was an excellent goal from Tottenham. Now they can get one more. That'll be survival. All but secured. And Richarlison did well to keep himself onside. So Trevor Chalobah coming on for Josh Champong. So Callum McFarlane just shoring things up at the back a little bit more, bringing a bit more experience with Chalobah. So Chelsea ready to get this back underway. Cole Palmer man to kick us off, and Palmer now puts it on the centre spot. The Tottenham players just thought Palmer was trying to waste a bit of time here. And Palmer now passed it back to Sanchez. So Sanchez goes long towards the forward line. And ball bounces here. Caicedo to flick backwards to Cucurella on the inside left, over the top from Fernandez. Couldn't pick out the lap. Here's Kinski. Rolls it to Van de Ven. Now Spence on the ball. Jed Spence and Phil to Madison. Spence again. Spence plays it outside the right boot, cleared up into the air from Fofana. Palmer just bounced off his left leg. Couldn't fall to Pedro Neto. And here is a throw for Tom to take just behind halfway on the left. So backwards, and now Van de Ven has it. Kinski finds Gallagher. Quarter an hour left here at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea 2, Tottenham 1. One more goal for Tottenham, and they'll be all but safe in the Premier League. And a couple more, and they'll absolutely be safe. Maddison plays it through the centre circle. Now Danso picks out Sarr. Bentancur on the halfway line. Square to Gallagher. Tottenham working in midfield well. Sarr now runs into trouble in the shape of Santos. Now Chelsea moving forward to Delap in the centre circle. Square to Palmer. Palmer, can he play it in? In the end, Neto's offside, so Palmer has to hold on to it a bit longer. Now Neto has it wide right. Made his run too early, Pedro Neto. Neto, still out wide, up against Spence. Neto rolls it back to Chalobah. Now Caicedo just knocked into by Richarlison. Richarlison goes down, rolling around here. I'm not really sure why, because it didn't look anything wrong for Caicedo. Richarlison was just trying to cover up the fact that he needlessly nudged into Caicedo and was rolling about himself. Silly from Richarlison. I mean, I suppose there was a train led from Caicedo, which is a little bit naughty looking back at it, but still started off from Richarlison. Needless from him to start it off. And it was a bit of contact for from Caicedo, but Richarlison making the most of it. And it is a free kick for Chelsea. And Richarlison saying the referee it was a kick from Caicedo. There was contact, but Richarlison made the first foul. But so obviously free kicks Chelsea, which is now taken short to Caicedo. Is Joel Harto. Caicedo in the centre circle. In the back line of Chelsea again for Fana. Whips it towards the right. And Neto can't keep it in play. So a throw for Spence to take virtually on the halfway line. Throwing backwards. Now Palmer chasing down Gallagher. Gallagher back to Van de Ven. Van de Ven has Maddison asking for it. Can Van de Ven play it through the Chelsea forward line? Space on the ball, Van de Ven. Maddison moves into space in between Neto and Palmer. Maddison just behind halfway, short right-footed, pass to Gallagher, back to Maddison. Maddison, close halfway, square to Bentancur by the centre circle. That's work to Danso. Danso drills it forwards on the right-hand side, but too much on it for Matthias Tell. And that will be a throw for Chelsea on the left-hand side. 12 minutes to go here. Stamford Bridge, Chelsea 2, Tottenham 1. And Tottenham dig out a vital goal. Now, Cucurella saying he was fouled after Caicedo returned it to him from the throw-in, and Cucurella was caught on the far side by Matthias Tell. So, free kick for Chelsea. And a victory for Chelsea, they move on to 8th on 52 points. Beat off Brentford on goal difference. They go to Sunderland on the final day. It'll be a tough task. Sunderland going for that European spot themselves. So yellow card shown here to Joel Harto. And the referee, Harto, complained about that one. Not sure as to why it's been given to him. Must have been for some back chat. It's the referee. Harto, yellow card number 7 for him this season. Free kick taken from Chelsea, headed away from Porro. Flicked on from the top goal scorer Richarlison. Now Chalobah clears there, foul there from Delap. There was indeed. Delap just caught the ankle of Bentancur. Bentancur slowly trying to get up here, just feeling the pain that foul. So free kick drilled from Porro. Looking for Maddison in behind. Can Maddison get to it? Maddison keeps in play on the byline for Spence. Now Spence, edge of the box, deflected cross. Now goes towards the D. Caicedo lays it down for Palmer. Palmer helps it on towards Neto. Van de Ven steps in front of Neto. Neto though heads it forwards. Now Spence takes it round Santos. Spence towards Maddison. It's good defending there from Santos to win it back. Caicedo looks over the top, and now Delap making a run down the near side. So Delap is wide right. Delap just slows things down completely. Delap picks out Fernandez, edge of the box. Fernandez trip there from Sarr. Sarr saying there's no contact with the referee. Blew up straight away for a free kick. 10 minutes to go here at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea 2, Tottenham 1. A Tottenham equaliser. They'll be all but safe in the Premier League. Good sign, West Ham, the Championship football. So Delap was a good run for him down that right-hand side. Had that support from Fernandez in the end, and Fernandez. Was there a trip from Sarr? Slight contact. Yeah, enough for Fernandez to go down. Chelsea free kick. This one about 22 yards, 23 yards from goal. Inside right, got Enzo Fernandez and Cole Palmer standing behind it. So Chelsea making another substitution here. So it looks to be Mamadou Sarr to come on. So again, McFarlane making another like-for-like sub at the back. So brought on Chalo for a Champong. Now Sarr's on for Fofana. So free kick. Interesting actually, Joao Harto is the player who's on a yellow card, but he's opted to take Fofana off. So free kick for Chelsea to take. Inside right in the edge of the box. So Palmer standing square on. Chelsea complaining about the Tottenham walls a bit too close. So Cucurella and Caicedo standing ahead of the Tottenham wall. So Palmer wins the free kick straight into the wall. Richarlison chasing it down. And Richarlison has it close to the corner flag. Backing into Palmer, squares it to Jed Spence. Spence now surrounded by a few Chelsea players, clears it away, only as far as Fernandez. Now Sarr with his first touch, just to knock it off of Gallagher. That'll do for Chelsea. Throw in 8 minutes of normal time to go. Stamford Bridge, Chelsea lead by 2 goals to 1. Should take the fight to survival down to the final day of the season. Mamadou Sarr throws it back to Chalobah. So Chelsea in the centre circle, Caicedo combines with Harto. Harto squared to Cucurella. Cucurella hits that pass straight out of play. Good pressure there from Porro, forcing Cucurella to do that. So Chelsea have a throw, Tottenham have a throw. 5 yards ahead of halfway. Porro throws it back to Danso. Mickey van de Ven. And Gallagher asking for it in the centre circle. Van de Ven still has it. Square to Danso. And now Chelsea, putting good pressure on. Matistel having to go backwards to Danso. Kinski by the D. Van de Ven, Kinski again. You go to Bentancur, and instead Kinski will go direct here, looking towards Spence. Just backing into Sarr. Spence gets to it on the left wing. It's a neat attacking third. Spence trying to dribble away from Sarr. Gets away from Neto as well. Now Spence to Madison. Skits solo challenger Santos. Richarlison turns in the box. Richarlison to Madison. James Madison, shot blocked. I thought that was the moment. What a story that would have been. But Joao Harto, then the nick of time to block the Madison shot. His eyes lit up. All that time out the ACL. And he thought he was going to score the big goal. Well, he still could, to be fair. So corner kick on the left-hand side for Tottenham. Just over 6 minutes to go. Tottenham just need that one goal. Should keep them up. Matistel still waiting to take the corner on the left-hand side. That was really good link-up play though between Richarlison and Madison. Probably Bertrand De Zerbi wishing he had James Madison fit properly. Few weeks before, maybe Tottenham would be safe by now. Corner comes in, it's a bit of push and shoving in the area, involving Van de Ven and Cucurella. The referee reaching into his pocket, showing a yellow card. I'm not quite sure who's received the yellow card. The Tottenham players are furious. That's not so. Corner came in from left-hand side. Oh, I'll tell you what. Cucurella was wrestling with Van de Ven. And as the referee giving a penalty, I have to say I'm a bit confused as to what's going on here. Fernandez and Van de Ven around the referee at the moment. Cucurella just seemed to tumble over Van de Ven on the goal line. Van de Ven, arms stretched out wide, saying that is a penalty. Will he be giving us one? And looked a definite foul for Cucurella on the goal line. Van de Ven And the referee still talking with Enzo Fernandez and Mickey van der Ven. So 4.5 minutes left at Stamford Bridge. So no, I think maybe the push and shoving was going on when the ball wasn't live. That's why. I'll tell you what, Cucurella is lucky there. That corner had already been whipped in. And that was happening then. He would have been in big trouble. That would have been a penalty. Very lucky there, Cucurella. So Matthias Tell won't take the corner. More push and shoving now in the area. Cucurella, unsurprisingly, at the centre of it. And now Liam Delap getting involved as well with Danso. So it's getting heated there. Feels a bit more like a Chelsea and Tottenham game now. Corner in from left-hand side. Drop from Sanchez, but gets down onto it. It's so nervy here at Stamford Bridge. Corner in. It was a testing one for Tell. Sanchez dropped it the first attempt. Managed to grab onto it now. Caicedo goes long towards Delap. Delap now. That looks to be a raised arm on Spence. Delap's through, and the referee has finally blown his whistle. Delap showing a yellow, but well, Delap puts his hands on head. He, again, hasn't even closed his mouth yet, Delap. He's looking at the referee, absolutely bemused. Oh, there was a, maybe Spence made a little bit out of it, but there was a raised arm. Yeah, there was a raised arm for Delap on Spence. That is a free kick. So 3 minutes to go at Stamford Bridge. Certainly tempers flaring here. And Tottenham find that all-important equaliser. That would virtually keep them in the Premier League. They get two. The next 3 minutes plus stoppage time. That will absolutely stamp themselves as a Premier League team next season. So free kick here for Tottenham to take. Let's play back to Kinski. It is Danso, clips it towards Richarlison. Square header. Bit too high for Papsar though. Throw for Chelsea on the left-hand side, just ahead of the halfway line. So triple substitution here for Chelsea. Got Garnacho coming on. And also coming on with him is Shamara Mehuka. So Liam Delap making way in. In a great moment. 18-year-old Shamara and Mehuka to get some Premier League football in a moment that he certainly not forget. Until he has made Premier League appearances for Chelsea before, but obviously not many, of course, only being 18. So Delap off and Mehuka on now, and also making way is Pedro Neto and Cole Palmer. So is Dario Sugo, Alejandro Garnacho and Shamara Mehuka all coming on for Liam Delap, Pedro Neto and Cole Palmer. Again, Callum McFarland's hoping that trio will just up and see out the game. Just those fresh legs up top to look for now for Chelsea. So in the last minute of normal time at Stamford Bridge, Chelsea 2, Tottenham 1. Will the battle for survival go down to the final day? Cucurella throw headed away. Roberto De Zerbi looking anxious, hands in pockets, there's black hoodie on. Throw tank from Chelsea, cleared for St Gallagher. Header on halfway from Chalobah. And Richarlison fighting to get to the ball, but Chelsea have it on halfway. Caicedo, tackle one for Richarlison. Rolls loose in the midfield, now Bentancur gets to it. Conor Gallagher. Richarlison saying he was pushing the centre circle. Tottenham carry on. Gallagher is on the left-hand side. Has to play it backwards in central midfield to Bentancur. Gallagher again. Conor Gallagher. Short to Maddison. Maddison's pass has to go behind him to Bentancur. So 10 seconds away from reaching the 90th minute. Tottenham desperately looking for an equaliser. So nice turn from Tell in the centre circle. Tell looks forwards, head away from Caicedo. Now onto the chest of Garnacho. About to find out how much stoppage time is going to be added on. 7 minutes here at Stamford Bridge. Can Tottenham get that equaliser? Danso turns away from Mehuka. And now Van der Ven on the ball. Mickey van der Ven. Stops the ball. Short right footed pass. It's Bentancur on halfway. Turns into trouble. Caicedo. Garnacho on halfway on the stretch. Almost played to Richarlison. Richarlison does get onto it. Richarlison wide left. Richarlison gets Mamadou Sarr. Maddison turns in the box. Maddison now needing support. Heavy touch from Maddison. Maddison fighting to win it back, but now Asugo. Chalobah first time. Caicedo. And now Chelsea on the counter here. Fernandez through the centre. Fernandez. Here is Mahuka. Mahuka wide left by the corner flag. So Shamara Mahuka can still keep hold of the ball. That was the Cucurella midway inside the Tottenham half. So first minute of the 7 gone. So it is Santos. And Chelsea with a Joe Harto made a crucial block for Maddison's shot just under 10 minutes ago. Garnacho, his first couple of touches in. Garnacho to Caicedo. Now Chelsea just in front of their penalty area with Chalobah. Joe Harto. Harto finds Mahuka. Flick, but gives away to Van der Ven. Now Porro looking for Tell. Intercepted though from Fernandez. Fernandez clips it, can't set away Garnacho. Tottenham in the centre circle. Van der Ven bursts away from Asugo, then Van der Ven felt a clip, goes down, a yellow card to be shown here. Yeah, Asugo definitely clipped Van der Ven. 2 minutes of the 7 gone. Free kick for Tottenham to take, just over 35 yards and goal. James Maddison standing behind it. And can he whip free kick in? Instead he actually plays it short to the left-hand side to Tell. Back in field to Maddison, 25 yards to goal. Maddison's cross, easy head away for Asugo. And a forwards from Tottenham, Porro. Now Spence lays it off towards Gallagher. Gallagher saying he was shot from Caicedo. Referee had a good view. It is a free kick for Tottenham. Edge of the box. Well, this is in decent James Maddison territory. And there's a pull there from Asugo on Spence, and Gallagher tripped up from Caicedo. There was absolutely a kick there from Caicedo on Gallagher. So James Maddison, 22 yards and goal, inside left. Is this the moment in front of the Tottenham fans? Feels like a moment for him is written in the stars. We have 4 minutes of stoppage time left. And James Maddison all set. The Tottenham fans watching on with maximum anxiety. Maddison steps up the free kick. Maddison high over the bar. And did it take a deflection? The Tottenham fans were desperate to see that go into the top corner and not into the away support. I have to say it was a tough free kick for Maddison to execute though, to get up and over the wall. On target very quickly. And Tottenham getting closer and closer. This battle going right down to the wire. So a goal kick for Sanchez. Take his time here. Sanchez now looking towards Garnacho. Spence headers forwards. It comes off Garnacho now. Harto's header on his fast Sarr. Lifts it towards left for Richarlison in a race here, but can't get there for Chalobah. But Chalobah clears for a throw. 3 minutes of stoppage time left. Can Tottenham find their most important goal this season, which would all but keep them in the Premier League? And this night's been banned off already. Arsenal being confirmed champions. Tottenham don't want it to get any worse. Tasting defeat at Stamford Bridge, and in this battle they just want to end. Going down right to the wire. Dan Sostro, head away from Chalobah. Now flick from Gallagher, Tottenham edge of the box, inside left, Danso. This pass just about finds Gallagher. Bentancur, crossing towards the back post, headed down and out of play from Tell. And that was a really nice ball as well from Bentancur. And Tell tried to head it on target, miles wide. And Tottenham fans just put their head in their hands. They know this is going down to the final day, only 2 minutes left now. And Sanchez will take a sweet time, I imagine, with this goal kick. So Sanchez, right-footed. And he finds Mahuka headed away from Danso. Tell turns away from Cucurella. Cucurella keeps up them though, makes the tackle It will be a Tottenham throw. Tottenham throw about midway inside the Chelsea half. Throwing backwards from Tell. So now it's in the top defence with Danso. Van de Ven. Couple yards shy of the centre circle. Now Gallagher just ahead of halfway. Spence wide left. Doesn't have a forward option though. Gone back to Gallagher. Now Garnacho puts a challenge in. Clears it out for throw. Gallagher takes. Maddison back to Gallagher. Gallagher on the stretch. Here's Bentancur. Now across the Danso. Again, Isugo chasing the ball down. Danso has it. Porro keeps in play. Porro, pass blocked. Now Papsar to Bentancur. Bentancur turns away from Isugo, chips it forward. Chested away from Cucurella. Fernandez hits off of Bentancur. 50 seconds of stoppage time to go. That will do nicely for Chelsea. And they're getting closer to moving into the European spot. So Cucurella throws it down the left-hand side. Controlled. Here from Mahuka. Now Tottenham get it back with Bentancur. Bentancur turns. Still Bentancur clipped there for Cucurella. Still be one last chance for Tottenham to get this forward. 20 seconds to go. Free kick taken short. Van de Ven. One of those powering runs. Over halfway. Mickey Van de Ven. Van de Ven inside to Maddison. Maddison turns away for Caicedo. Could Tottenham create an opportunity? Porro. And now Tell. Tell puts the cross in straight to the arms of Sanchez. They formed a lovely move there. But it sums up Tottenham this evening. They've been 2 foot apart from Richarlison goal. Great play through the thirds. Porro to Tell, but Tell, that was an awful cross.